Hello, everybody. This is Gene. Today, we're going to be talking about retirement accounts and saving for your retirement future. So, I do have an entire presentation today, but I've decided, you know what? I'm going to make it more about you guys and less about all this information. So, we're going to go through some of this, we're going to skip some of it, but I really want it to be geared towards you. Uh, but I want you to remember this. If you have any other questions, even after this is done, you can set up a time to talk to me, um, and I'll give you all the information that you could ever want on retirement plans for your future. Okay, so basically on this slide, let's start right off with the basics. You've probably heard the word IRA. So that just basically means it's an individual retirement account. All right, so we at Open Door, we do offer individual retirement accounts. We do. So let's think about what is the purpose of a retirement account? Very simply, it's for your retirement in the future. A lot of people are saying, hey, you know what? I think I'm just going to, why do I have to worry about retirement? I've got Social Security. Well, I've got news for you. If you are just going to rely on Social Security alone, you might be significantly disappointed. Or at least living in close to poverty conditions, because to be all honest, Social Security alone will probably not be enough to support your way of life, um, and unless you've got significant savings otherwise. So where is that other money going to come from? This is one area where this extra money you may need comes from. So yeah, again, that's just about Social Security. Even the Social Security Administration says that doesn't believe it'll be enough for people in retirement. You've probably heard some other words like a 401k. Everyone seems to know, oh yeah, I've heard of that 401k thing. Open Door offers a 403b. And so the big question is, what is the difference? It's very, very simple. Is that the 401k is for profit agencies. Those are your corporations, those are your mom and pop businesses. They're in it to make money, right? Who doesn't need money? So any company that their sole purpose for existing is to make money, they can have a 401k. Now, on the other side is your not-for-profit organizations, scientific organizations, religious organizations, research, or universities, or teaching, where their main goal may not necessarily to make money, but it's to provide a service to the community or to people. And that's what 403Bs are for. So Open Door, being a not-for-profit, our big purpose is not to make as much money as possible. Our purpose is to serve people. So we fall under that category of a non-for-profit, and so we have a 403B. So that makes you eligible, and that's what Open Door offers. So since we know that we work for Open Door, you're eligible for a 403B. All right, here we go. Specifically here at Open Door. So it's open to all full and part-time employees. You do not need to be full-time in order to do it. You can be part-time as well, as long as you're employed here. You can start contributions on your very first day. How do you do that? You hook up with Jen, you make an appointment, you come in and talk to her, and she can help you get that paperwork settled. Or you can start contributions at any time. If you're going through this and you're watching this, and at the end of it you're like, oh my gosh, this is something I need to jump on, I need to make it happen, make an appointment, we can get you hooked up for it. So you can do this at any time, guys. So at Open Door, we do a 6% match, and it starts though after you've been here a year. So even though you can put money in on the first day, if you start putting money away for your retirement savings in this 403B on day one, you're not going to get the 6% until your first year anniversary. Purpose of that basically, guys, is to make sure that you stick around, right? So if Open Door is going to give you money in addition, We want to make sure that it's for people that are, here for the long haul kind of a thing, um, so that everybody will be happy. Uh, Next slide. So this is the meat and potatoes of the entire program here. So I want you to think in numbers. The starting wage for a DSP, this is right off the street. Many of you make a lot more than this. This is just your base rate pay. This does not include overtime. This does not include the shift differentials or the housing differentials. Some of you are making $20 or more per hour when you are at certain houses during certain shifts. That's not what we're talking about. We're just talking about $15.50 an hour here. So $15.50 an hour at 80 hours per paycheck. So that's 2 weeks equals $1,240 or $32,240 per year. This is known as your gross. Nothing's come out of it. We haven't paid taxes yet. We haven't had any deductions. This is your gross wage. So your employee contribution is taken out pre-tax. This is before you pay taxes. So that $1,240 is, we're going to start there, and you can put in as much as you want up to a certain dollar amount. I don't think any of us are in danger, including myself, are in danger of hitting that upper limit. But you want to consider that Open Door has a up to 6% match, an up to 6% match. So my recommendation is that you do at least 6% so that you capture the whole 6% from Open Door, right? Does that make sense? So let's just say that you're going to put in 6%. So 6% of the $1,240 is $74.40. Now Open Door matches up to 6%, so that's another $74.40. Now that money that Open Door gives you is free. This is on top of your wages. But the only way to get it is to put money into the 403B. The only way. So if you take $74.40 and of your own and you add $74.40 that Open Door gave you, that's a grand total of $148.80 that is deposited into your 403B every paycheck at a minimum. That's without working overtime, that's without working differentials or anything else. That's just base rate pay. So some of you might be wondering, but Gene, I'm on a tight budget, and I respect that. And $74.40 may not seem like a lot of money to some, and to others it can be quite a bit. Well, I want to also explain that it's not really $74.40. It's actually a little bit less because you're not paying taxes on that money. So let's talk about paychecks, net and gross, and let's work out some numbers again. So I want to look at the second line here where it says employees without 403B. So as we know, we've already stated this before, $15.50, 80 hours equals $12.40. And then by the time you have to pay taxes on it, your take home is going to be a little over $1,000, $1,007.34. Now let's think about if you did do the 6% and you did have the 403B, you gave your 6% because you want that match from Open Door too. So at $15.50, 80 hours is still the same $12.40. Your 6% is $74.40. The match is $74.40 from Open Door. So your take home is going to be affected. It's going to be slightly lower. It's going to be $945.55. But look, the difference in take home pay between those two is only $61.79, but you contributed $74.40. It's because you didn't have to pay taxes on that $74.40. You did not pay taxes on that $74.40 that you contributed. So the real difference to your paychecks, that's dollars that you have able to spend is only $61.79. So it's actually cheaper. You're saving money in the long run. That's what is really, really beneficial about pre-tax deposits into your IRA account. So, but some say, 6%, Gene, I don't know, that's $74. That's still a lot of money for me. I get it. I'm saving money on taxes, but I can't afford that right now. Much respect to that because everybody's at a different place in life. So if you can't do 6%, maybe you can do 5, 4, 3, or even 2%. So let's take a look at what that might look like. At the bottom of the list here, here's 5%. You're going to be contributing of your own $62. You're going to get $62 from Open Door. At 4%, it's $49.60. Open Door is going to give you that 4%. See, we do up to 6%, but we'll match everything up and to the 6%. 3% is $37.20, 2% is $24.80. And to be honest with you, in my opinion, something is better than nothing. So your total deposits over here on the right-hand side are anywhere from just under $50 to $124, between 2 and 5%. That's, again, better than nothing, and that gets you started. And my favorite thing here is everything that you see in that third column, ODRC contribution, that is free money that you never would have had unless you were contributing. It's free money above and beyond your wages. That's what excites me. I don't know if I've ever turned down free money before. So where does the money go and how does it work for you? So you open up a 403B account and we have representatives from our 403B and they come out, they meet with you, they interview you, they talk about a thing called like risk tolerance. It's basically how much of a risk are you willing to take? The younger you are compared and how much time you have on your hands. So that all factors in. That professional will meet with you and work that out with you and then give you a strategy that's best suited for you. You can do it by yourself if you feel confident enough to do all that, but you will have help if you need it. So this is where I get excited about this part because we're looking into individuals here. So this is a link to a website that's a calculator. So something I want to impress upon you guys is that the sooner you get this started, the younger you are, and the more time that you are invested into these 403B, the more you are going to have at the end of or when you start your retirement. Time is a huge factor, incredibly huge. So I know you're probably thinking, well, I'm only 21, 22 years old. This is a lot of money for me right now. I'm telling you, time is your best friend. It doesn't mean that if you're older, that time is not your friend, but there is a big difference. It's never too late to start. Never too late to start saving for your retirement. But the longer you're in there, the better off you're going to be. Let me explain. Let's go to this site. So this is from Forbes, and it says a 403B. Oh, shoot. Let's get out of here. All right. So it says, even though we're working with the 403B, this one is a 401k, but remember they're identical except for one's for a for-profit and we are not for profit, but they operate under the same laws. So let's look at this calculator. Let's just say that you're 25 years old and you're going to retire at 67. So we know that, let's just say we're only going to do 6%. Because remember, we want that 6% match from Open Door. Again, that's free money. I don't want to pass that up. So we're going to look at our current income. And what did we say? It was 32.4, I believe. Right? Let's just say you don't have anything else. Let's look at some more options. We're looking at this one here talks about income growth. And this is basically raises that you'll get over time. Right? So I'm even going to be conservative. So let's look at, we're only going to get 2% of income growth. We know that the employer match from Open Door is 6%. Now the average investment return, they have it automatically set to 10. I'm even going to be more conservative because I don't think the market's been all that great. So let's just say that we're going to get 7%. Right? Let's calculate. So by the time from 25 to 67, if all you do is 6% over time and keep getting that match, this is how much you could have in your retirement account. This is what I mean by time being your friend, guys. This is what you contributed as the employee. This is what Open Door, the employer, contributed. But this is what it did in the market. This is how much it increased right here. Isn't that like amazing? I find that totally amazing. But remember how I kept saying that time is your friend? Let's just say, right? And this doesn't, we accounted for only 2% raises. And again, guys, this doesn't include the differentials. This doesn't include that $5 weekend differential. I'm just going by the base salary here. But let's use some other numbers here. So you're no longer 25. Let's say you're 35, right? And this is your first jump into it. You're still going to retire. Right now, the average age for retirement is right around 67. That's at least when I can retire. I've got quite a way to go still. 6%. Here's our base pay. Yeah, we're probably expecting 2% every year over the next. Here's our match at a very conservative 7%, guys. Very conservative. Some people would say it's closer to 10 or 12. Let's recalculate. Look at the difference. Now, that's still a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. $551,297. You contributed this much. Open Door contributed this much, and it grew by $379, $342. Isn't that amazing still? But I don't know about you, but heck, I'd be very happy with that number. But see the big difference between 25 and 35. 10 years, a decade, more than half of it went away. We can even go further. It's never too late, remember? That's still a lot of money. And you only contributed yourself $53,069. Open Door matched that. But it grew by this $126,658. That's still a lot of money. So again, guys, time is your friend. I want you guys to remember that. So just to recap, the purpose of the retirement account is to replace your income and help with Social Security because, again, it may not be enough for you. So where's the money going to come from? Hopefully from one of your retirement accounts. Here at Open Door, we have a 403B because we're a not-for-profit, and you work with us, so that makes you part of a not-for-profit, and we have a 6% match. So time and compounded interest, that's that thing that we were just describing. That is your best friend. The sooner you start and the longer you're in it, the more you're going to have. And it's drastic. And again, it is never too late to start. So guys, if you are interested in getting more information about that or this whole Pro 403 program, please reach out to me or Jen and we can get you hooked up with some information and get you an appointment with one of the representatives. If you would like more information, or if you'd like to come and meet with me and say, hey, Gene, I want to crunch some numbers with you, I would be happy to do that for you. Just reach out. But again, if this was me, I'd be all over it like white on rice, as they say. So again, any questions, reach out and ask, and we'll just leave it at that. Have a great day, guys.